In a forest far from human cities, the creatures gathered beneath the great banyan tree, not to hunt, not to quarrel, but to share what they had learned from the humans themselves, the words they overheard, the insults humans tossed at each other, and the names they borrowed from animals. Among them, the elephant stepped forward. Heavy yet calm, he raised his voice softly. When humans want to insult someone for being fat, they call them elephant. He paused, eyes gentle but questioning. Am I so unbearable? Is my body something to laugh at? The forest remained silent after the elephant's question. His words lingered in the morning air. By the quiet stream, the monkey lowered his gaze to his own reflection. Humans point at people and say, "You look like a monkey." He studied his face in the water. Is my face that ugly? Or is their sight broken? A soft rustle came from the flowers. The white rabbit shifted on the small rock, his ears twitching gently. The rabbit said, humans say, "Cute like a rabbit." A faint smile touched his face, but it did not reach his eyes. He lifted his paw slightly, touching his front teeth, but they mark others for rabbit teeth. He looked around at the silent forest. So tell me, am I cute or a joke? The forest grew quieter. From a fallen wooden log, a black cat lifted his head. Sunlight touched only his eyes. The black cat said, "Humans adore white cats. They call them beautiful, lucky." He paused, his voice steady but wounded. "But they call me a bad omen. What crime is my color guilty of?" A shimmer of color caught the morning light. The peacock stepped onto the grass, his feathers opening in a grand display. The peacock said, "Humans say royal as a peacock." Slowly, the feathers folded back. He settled onto a wooden stump, his voice quieter now. But they also say shrill as a peacock. A faint, bitter smile crossed his face. They praise beauty, then punish the voice that comes with it. From the animals gathered beneath the banyan tree, the giraffe leaned gently, curious. "Humans call people with long necks giraffe," he said softly. He looked down with calm, wondering eyes. "Tell me what is wrong with reaching higher." Later, his gaze dropped toward the forest floor, heavy with thought. "They say my neck is strange, too long," he murmured. "Is having a long neck something to be ashamed of?" From a branch of the banyan tree, the crow looked around quietly. "Humans dislike my color," he murmured. "They dislike my voice. But I speak what I feel," he added. By the gentle forest stream, the frog sat quietly on a lily pad. "Humans laugh at my eyes," he whispered. "They mock my croak. Yet every night I sing, just as I am, without shame." The chameleon shifted slowly on his branch, colors flowing softly along his skin. "Humans compare me to people who change character," he murmured. "Adaptation is survival, not dishonesty." He blinked thoughtfully, wondering what it meant to be understood. The tiny house lizard rested quietly on the banyan trunk, its yellow body almost blending with the bark. "When someone looks pale," he whispered, "humans call them lizard. Why is looking delicate seen as a flaw?" The pig sat quietly among the flowers, alert and watchful. "Humans call flat-nosed people pigs," he said softly. "They call messy people pigs. They call greedy people pigs. But perhaps we are more than they think," he added, blinking thoughtfully. The donkey stood quietly among the tall grass, steady and patient. "When someone sings badly," he whispered, "humans say donkey's voice. When someone is slow to understand, they call them donkey like me. I carry their burdens, yet hear their insults." The cow and buffalo stood quietly on the forest floor, calm and steady. "Humans mark our sounds," they whispered. "They mark our cries. But perhaps we give more than we take." That day the dog had wandered into the forest too. He sat quietly near the tree, eyes uncertain. "Humans love us as pets. They call us family." His voice grew softer. But when they insult someone, dog is the first word they use. He tilted his head slightly. Why is loyalty spoken like shame? Crow looked around. Humans say they have a brain. Elephant added slowly, a gift greater than ours, they claim. Rabbit's ears trembled. Then why use it to humiliate? Pig frowned softly. What do they gain? Monkey shook his head. Why shame their own and borrow our names? Silence. The baby panda sat alone on the wooden log. Humans say they love pandas, but if this is how they think, I only want to stay with my mother. I'm afraid of the human mind. The forest fell silent around him. He ran to his mother and clung tightly to her. She held him close, warm and steady. She did not speak. The forest understood. Humans have a powerful brain, but a powerful gift, when used without kindness, becomes dangerous. No human has the right to shame another, not for their body, not for their form. Yet humans do not stop with their own kind. They judge animals, they judge nature, deciding what is beautiful and what is ugly. But who created this standard? There is no true measure of beauty. What humans truly need is not a sharper mind, but a kinder heart. For a pure mind sees beauty in everything it looks at.